What's up, guys, and welcome to yet another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the roller coaster that is the stock market, with global drama and how that affected the Kenya shilling in this past week, thanks to some research done by AIB Access. If you haven't followed them, I mean, they give out the best research. But if you feel like you can't read through all those all those PDFs, that's why I'm here, okay? So give me a like, give it a share, give it a subscribe down below, because here is where we stay sharp and we stay informed on everything finance and what's going on, because we are busy investing in the financial markets. Now, deep breaths for everyone, because the stock market has been a wild ride this past week because of what? Global drama. Global drama thanks to who? Israel, Iran, and our favorite Donald Trump. So we're talking about Israel, Iran, and how it literally shook money right out of people's pockets here in Kenya, because there was a sharp dip to the downside and then a big recovery right after. But that recovery comes with a big but. People lost money. Okay? But guess what? There is a plot twist coming. So let's dive right into it, because what's good, everyone? My name is Aloma Baki, and here we do unpack some heavy news when it comes to finance. And this week, this video, the news is heavier than it has been in quite some time. So just how connected is our world, right? We hear this phrase that the world is dunia di duara, right? But it's now becoming even smaller and smaller and smaller, because we are interconnected by this thing called the internet. And the internet also has allowed us to be, a globalized economy. Global economy meaning that we are connected through everything, because again, a lot of our things are pegged to what? The dollar, which is not our fiat currency. So even global conflict, even global conflict can affect your money, because whatever happens to the dollar, if the dollar goes up, if the dollar goes down, what happens, right? So that's where we're currently at, and that's what we're going to be touching on this video. Right, so the Kenya stock market, represented by Nairobi Stock Exchange, which is the NSC, is deeply intertwined with global events and conflicts as well. Why? Because our main reserve currency, what the central bank holds in its reserves as a reserve currency, is the US dollar. So whatever happens to the dollar also affects us. Then also, we are tied through to the world through supply chains, right? Supply chains are what we do. So we do import quite a bit of things, including one key major resource, that's sweet oil, is what comes into the country. And if those supply chains are affected, which is what's going to happen now, we have seen that happen before, like during, the pandemic. What happened? Supply chains were down and oil prices shot up, driving also inflation. So now we are seeing that Iran and Israel, that conflict but there is a high chance that it will affect some of our supply chains, especially for oil, and that will give us something to think about as we go to bed, right? So you might think that what happens thousands of miles away doesn't affect us. Well, it does affect us, especially as we're here hustling on our day-to-day. Boy, oh boy, it really does affect us. So we're talking about the Nairobi Stock Exchange, or Securities Exchange, and what exactly happened this week that really caused a ripple through the NSC to cause that sharp drop. So last week, things got super intense between Israel and Iran. And in fact, this weekend, as of 21st of June, 22nd of June, Trump has actually finally announced that, yes, America is on the side of Israel, and they have done what? And they have actually helped them, or aided and abetted them in the bombing of some Iranian nuclear power plants that they say, has been a big threat to the globe, for global safety, for a very long time. So then what did that do? Because of these looming threats and looming war, breaking out, or as the tensions have continued between Israel and Iran and America right in the middle with actual military action, guess what? Markets globally, including ours, went into panic mode, right? So last week, if you're a forex trader, if you're not and you're looking to get into it, I do have links down below to all the educational content that really transformed the way I look at the markets and really transformed my trading abilities, taking me from a non-profitable to a profitable trader. And enough of that plug. If you do want to join our Telegram group as well, follow me on TikTok. You can find the links down below because I share a lot of this information out there. So stay informed and stay sharp because this is where we do that every single day. So with that happening, gold as of last week had a huge rally to the upside. A lot of the USD pairs, so like Euro USD, GBP USD, some of them hitting all-time highs, did have big pushes to the upside. Why? Because the dollar was weakening, and we had a look at the charts as well because the dollar index did confirm that bias, as the dollar index did have sharp bearish movement, meaning that there was panic in the markets. People are pulling out the investments from the dollar or any dollar pegged or backed instruments and throwing them into safe havens like gold, hence causing that rally. So the NSE as well lost a whooping 71.83 billion Kenya shillings in just 3 days. Just like that, 71.83 billion Kenya shillings was lost in 3 days just because these tensions in Iran and Israel are really escalating. Crazy stuff, eh? For us to think that there's that amount of money in the financial markets is a bit crazy. If you do know how many zeros 71.83 billion Kenya shillings is, please type them down in the comment section below. So that's like someone spilled a giant cup of coffee on everyone's money. Instantly, you go to bed rich, you wake up poorer. Crazy stuff. So NSE drops, investor confidence drops, market volatility increases drastically, and foreign direct investment, of course, drops in Kenya because people will be moving out of investments or things that are much more riskier and moving the money into less riskier assets. That is just the reality of things. So now, jeez, man. Okay, so I just lost my light. So, okay, let's see what exactly happened here and how can we interpret some of this. Investors got very spooked. So investors got super nervous because of the rising market uncertainty. Investors got very nervous. So when there's uncertainty, people then pull their money out of risk investments like we've just touched on. So fleeing from riskier assets like stocks and putting it in safer places that are less risky like gold or bonds. So less activity means less value and everyone takes a hit. Everyone takes a hit here because then it becomes it becomes a risky market because you can easily lose that money because who knows when the market is going to recover. If these tensions keep escalating, we might just keep on dipping in the markets. Okay, so that's kind of what happens. Now, looking at what exactly saved the NSE, because we had a very interesting plot twist. On Wednesday, the NSE gained back another 19.88 billion Kenya shillings. So after a big dip of 71 billion, we gained back 19.8, close to 20 billion Kenya shillings. And who was the big hero here? Well, hate to say it, Safaricom Kenya. Our beloved M-Pesa giant gained 0.5 shillings per share, which translate to a massive 20.03 billion for its investors. So guys who are holding Safaricom shares at least were smiling to bed that particular night. As they woke up on Thursday morning, things seem to have been recovering. So it was a surprising recovery for the NSE after that big initial dip, and Safaricom Kenya did play a pivotal role in the market's resurgence and recovery. Okay, so why does this matter to us? Why are we talking about this information? I mean, we talk about global markets, but it's also interesting and very crucial to understand what's going on locally so that we kind of stay abreast. If you haven't watched the previous video where we're talking about interest rates in the country, have a look at that one, and lending opportunities also, and something around to do with the banks. I do have a video that's coming up that's going to be talking about stable coins and cryptocurrencies in terms of legislation. That is the next video, so you can also check it out in the video description down below to have a look at that. So why does this matter to us in a nutshell, right? So it's important to our future because even if we are not directly investing in stocks right now, well, the health of the NSE or the health of the economy for the overall economy, the health of the overall economy is important to us, and it does affect it, and it does affect us, whether positively or negatively, right? So when big companies like Safaricom remain strong, it's a good sign for, one, job creation, because more people will be employed or stable enough to continue being paid. So jobs report will be high and incomes will be flowing into people's pockets. So then disposable income is, regulated, and inflation will also be kind of. Will it be regulated? Kind of. I mean, there'll be some money, right? The supply and demand won't have that big imbalance. Okay, so that's why it's really important. Business growth is also a good sign of a healthy economy and stable economy, which is exactly what we need now. With all these taxes that Kerry is putting on us, we don't need an unstable economy at this point in time, because for us to survive, we need to survive. We are barely surviving. We need to thrive. Okay, we need to thrive. So for services and for the general vibe of the country, I think it's a good thing, because consumer confidence will be high, and also GDP growth will continuously and continually be high. So it also shows how interconnected the world is, right? It's a very crazy concept to sort of wrap our heads around, because a conflict of 1,000 miles away can directly impact your phone bill, can directly impact prices of goods in the shop, which is the price of milk and bread. And it's crazy. And your favorite companies, and eventually your favorite companies will also, throw down. If inflation happens, if supply chain things happen, if you can't get enough oil into the country, then guess what? Prices go up, your fares go up for your favorite locomotive ways of locomotive. Hey, your favorite public transportation, Matatu will be like, we are hiking the prices. Uber and cab drivers will be like, we want to increase our prices. If prices increase, logistical prices also increase. So the price of bread goes up from 65 shillings to 80 shillings. Why? Because the price of fuel is high. You get it, right? It's all interconnected, and that's not where we really want to go. So a conflict of 1,000 miles can definitely directly impact even the smallest things. The smallest consumables that we do consume in our households can be affected, and eventually maybe even your job can also be affected. We've seen this in in some instances, and you know what? History does repeat itself sometimes. So geopolitics isn't just, for our news anchors, isn't just some boring thing that guys on over at legacy media are consistently hammering into our heads, but it is for everyone to sort of understand, especially if you're interested in the global economy and the financial markets as an investor or as an entrepreneur, as a retail trader as well. It's key to just simply understand how these geopolitical events can affect you. And if you're thinking about investing later, this is then a huge lesson or a huge opportunity for you to get something out of this, because markets react to everything. So staying informed, which is what we do in this channel, we stay informed and we stay active, is about what's happening. So we stay informed about what's happening globally, and it's not just for fun. It's for your financial literacy. These are the things we were just not taught in university. Imagine we went through university without ChatGPT. 4 years of economics and finance and business and entrepreneurship and all that jazz. Guy. Anyway, so imagine, are we doing this analogy? Maybe not. I think I'll keep this video short as well, because it matters to us. We've established that. We had a relatable analogy. We've already talked about so many of them, right? The global geopolitical things affect us as a nation, and we need to be aware of them. An analogy I wanted to give is, if something is happening next door, jirani yako, maybe assuming your jirani was nani, mulamo is your jirani, and things are going shots fired, things are going helter-skelter. Well, it's not me who's saying it, they said it. And things are going here or there. Mtu mmoja amepiga nduru, another one akapigwa ngumi. You'll definitely be affected, because sasa unyia mwezi lala, mtoto ameamshwa. You need to go and sort out that issue, so you can't just let it pass. You need to understand what's going on. So that tell them, hey guys, calm down, sort out your issues elsewhere, or just, go for therapy. Find something. Ama muachane, please, stop it. We need to move in this neighborhood, okay? All in all, let's love and respect each other. So what do you think about the global events? What do you think about this Israel-Iran escalation? Are you following it? Do you think it's affected our money? And what are your thoughts? Leave them down below. People are also very active on Twitter. The guys who are strong on the Israel side, the guys who are strong on Iran side. Me, I'm just like, listen, can we all just live in peace? Because things might escalate. If Russia and China want to get involved, so again, are you tracking any of this stuff? Are you looking at any of this data? Let me know down in the comments below, because we'll keep engaging. If you want to join my Telegram and TikTok community, do so down below. Now, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the like button if you found this helpful. If you did learn something, share it with your squad or with your guys, and follow for more real talk on how the world affects your wallet and how it affects your monies. Stay safe, stay informed. Catch you on the next video. Cheers.